audio is now good. We are unmuted. Hello, welcome to another night of the Couch Cooperative. It's such a pleasure to have you guys here. I am your Dungeon Master, Ethan. We have been gone for quite some time because life sucks, okay? And we've taken the break as a result of life being not fun. And we're now back. We're healthy. Everyone's good. Everyone's doing a good time. We're having a good time. Thank you guys for your patience amidst the silence of the past couple of weeks. So we're very grateful. We are picking up where we left off in our full-length adventure of the Curse of Strahd for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, which is going to be great. My players took the opportunity to fact-check me because I could not remember because it's been 3 weeks. And turns out that I had advised that they could all level up at the end of last session. So we're going to open up today's session with a quick inspiration point to all of my players for taking the time to correct that. And most specifically, it was really one player that did it, but I'm going to spread the reward to everyone because you all got to level up, and that's good enough for me.
We don't forget, Ethan. Yeah. We don't forget. Every promise you make us, we will make sure you follow through.
Never forget.
I'm collecting all of the points of inspiration that I can.
I love that.
How many inspiration points do you have?
That? I have 3 right now.
Omar goes to like the final boss fight against Strahd with like 15 inspiration points. Omar's just ready to fucking just take him out in one fucking.
No, he would have said something.
Alright, well, sorry, I had to answer a quick text message real quick. It was importante. But we got it. So, that being said, we don't have any major announcements other than we're back.
We're excited.
We did it. So yeah, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into our just session recap from the session prior, which I know it's been a while. So I'm going to do my best here. And then we'll jump straight into tonight's session. So last we left off, our adventuring party had delved into the mystery behind the desecration of the bones of St. Andrel. His bones had been brought to the building of the coffin maker, Henrik Vandervoort, and you guys had recovered the bones and returned them back to the church so that the church could be protected by the consecration of those bones. In the aftermath of that, you guys had been very rudely accosted by Strahd von Zarovich, who proceeded to kill Milovaj in front of you, tearing a hole through his chest and ripping his heart out.
That was like a whole on, like that was traumatizing.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and then he drank the blood out of the tubes of the heart in front of you guys, which was
terrible,
amazing. One of my finer moments. But with that being said, you guys had survived and it helped the church tremendously with that, now marking it as a place of safety from the denizens of the dark, because Strahd's forces cannot get through the building now that it has been reconsecrated and the lands have a divine protection upon them. So with that being said, that was the last and final day prior to the launching of the Festival of the Blazing Sun. This festival that you've been hearing about for the past 3 days. The town of Vallaki has been preparing for it. You, over the past 3 days, have kept yourself busy, and you haven't really seen a lot of Ismark and Irina, who you traveled to Vallaki with, as they've been staying inside of the Blue Water Tavern, and you guys have just been going out and doing stuff. We're going to operate under the assumption that anything that is not like a secretive experience that you guys have had, that you have relayed the kind of like the summary of that to Ismark and Irina, just so that they have like a gist of what you've been doing. And for the most part, they've just been staying undercover and have been hiding. So they've been staying in the tavern. They haven't really been leaving. They don't want people to notice and see them. They want to get out of Vallaki as soon as possible, but they know that there really is not much room to go until you guys are fully capable of leaving, but you have to wait for the festival to be done before the Marnikov family will take you. So that was kind of where everything's been at. Why did my Spotify just decide it, wanted to not play music? That's super cool. Dumb. That being said, we begin our session kind of where we left off. Today is the day, the festival of the blazing sun. You wake up in the morning, and the whole town is just rife with joy and with fun and energy. It is vibrant, and it's a bit more of a color to the town that you really haven't noticed, that's been starkingly absent. So its presence just doesn't seem to have existed. And this elephant in the room of Strahd von Zarovich acts as this like emotional and atmospheric cloud that darkens everything beneath it. And now that there's a day dedicated to kind of not worrying about that, you can see the town is in very high spirits and very, very festive. You guys wake up and start to head your way downstairs in the Blue Water Tavern, where the Mardukov family is telling people, like family by family, group by group, people by people, that one, the tavern for the most part is going to be closed throughout the festivities, and that's primarily because it is illegal to be inside during the festival. You've heard a bit of the kind of draconian measures that Vargas Volakovich takes in terms of these, like fighting this morale problem that he has in Vallaki. For example, you saw people put in stockades because they had made jokes and had said things that were negative about the festival, and as a result, they got locked up, publicly humiliated, and left in the middle of the square. So this doesn't come as a full shock, but it is illegal to be inside during the festival. Everyone must be outside. Everyone must enjoy. That is the purpose of it, and so they are enforcing it by law. So as you guys go down, he kind of tells you guys everything, and you guys step out into the street. The town is bustling with energy. It is vibrant, and you guys kind of have a day to just experience the fun of the festival. Is there anything that you want to use the day, like the festival, to kind of do? Is there anything that you might think of trying to do? The festival is going to be all day, and it goes all the way through the night, and there's a big celebratory event at the night. It's not fireworks, but think like firework level big.
I'd like to compete in some sort of game.
Yeah, they'll have plenty of games. What kind of game are you looking for?
Are there any tournaments?
Skill. They don't have like tournaments. A lot of it's kind of like your. It's a lot of like carnival style games, and it's games where you can win prizes, but the prizes are they're town funded, so they're not the greatest. It's like you can win makeshift toys that the toy shop had, like what's the word that I'm thinking for, donated to the festival to give out for prizes. Or you could some of the prizes are like, oh, you can win a discount on a coffin, if you need a coffin, because the coffin maker's here, and I guess a lot of people die. So the prizes aren't crazy. There's not like a whole lot. It's not like lucrative, not allowed to make money, but you can compete if you want to prove yourself and show off. That's totally fine.
I'll compete in something.
Yeah, are you looking for something that's like strength based, skill? Okay, so we got a strength based game, something that's more skillful, maybe dexterous, or are you trying to do something that's like con artisty? Like, what are we thinking?
I mean, I think I gotta go con artisty.
Okay, go ahead and make a for your con artisty game. Go ahead and make a deception or a performance check. I will allow you to choose. For your roll.
Our proficiency bonus is what, a +2 right now? What's +3 now?
Yep, +3.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Yep. Proficiency bonus goes up.
Well, with my 3 that I rolled, it is an 11.
An 11. You do a pretty good job at kind of doing, like, if you think like card flipping and also like distraction based games. It's less your sleight of hand, it's more your charisma and being able to keep people hooked so that they're not paying attention to what you're doing. And the townsfolk are not the most observant, and so you do a pretty decent job on setting up like a small little game of your own, and are able to kind of get a couple people to kind of fall for it. And I'll say, for the sake of things, you make yourself about 5 silver pieces. It's a town.
Nice.
They don't have a lot. It's a good amount for them, but you make about 5 silver doing that. And then for strength base, they do have one. It is a pumpkin hoisting competition. They have the big pumpkin, massive. This thing is a Hulk. And so it's a big pumpkin hoisting competition. So you go up to the plate. There's a couple of the stronger men that are there, some of the farmer hands, and they're big, don't get me wrong, but you go ahead and go up to it. You kind of brace yourself to lift, and go ahead and make an athletics roll for me, please.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Ethan, you said silver.
Yep, silver pieces.
Could I throw them at a vampire?
Or you could try.
Would that hurt them?
Maybe. Maybe not. Takes us money. You can throw money at your problems. Just starts throwing all the silver pieces at Strahd. Die!
What if I have silver armor on?
23.
Good questions. You said 23?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you hoist it with no problem. You lift that sucker up and put it on this little stand. And honestly, the town goes nuts watching it, and it's more so because you embarrass all the locals that are here, the strongest locals. They don't know who you are. You walked up, you got your mask on so people can't see your face, and you just hoist this thing up. They can tell that you're a female. They can see that from your armor and the shape of your body, and they're just impressed. Genuinely
After
surprised
I
and
lift
impressed.
it, I want to kiss my biceps.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead and give your biceps a quick kiss, and kind of blow off the smoking steam, and then and the crowd goes nuts. They just absolutely love it, and some of the guys are like, "Oh no, we just got beat, we got torched," and yeah, so you spend maybe about the first hour of the festival just kind of going around and having a little bit of some time, kind of playing. Jude, it begins. Can you go ahead and make a perception check for me, please?
Yeah.
I got a 22.
Or 22. Okay. You start to hear in the back of your ear as you're kind of like walking across the crowd. You're not like getting involved in any of the games. There, like tinnitus, when it kicks in, you start to hear that like high pitched shrill go on in your ears, that screech.
Tinnitus?
Yeah, tinnitus. It's when your ears ring.
I don't think any of us knew what tinnitus was.
I knew
Fine.
like
Now
ears
you
ring,
do.
but I didn't
So,
know that was the name
You start
for
to
it.
hear that in the back of your ear, and it's like it feels like it's moving. So the sound feels like it's rotating around your skull until it's directly in front of you, and you kind of twist and turn your head just a moment to kind of like to alleviate some of the discomfort, and it draws your attention across the courtyard. There is a person who's drinking out of a mug. They're hunched over this like kind of like with their arm on the side with a mug in hand, and they're drinking out of it. This kind of like side stand like bar, right? That's just kind of like out there. And you swear for just a brief moment that you're looking at the living body of Dima's father, whose corpse you saw inside of the Voctor house. And that throws you off. As immediate as you see that, you kind of close your eyes and rub them to do a double check, and that form's no longer there. Instead, you see a red-scaled dragonborn standing by this tavern, or by the standstill bar, with a giant hammer on the ground, with the head, the mallet side of it, like on the ground. And he's just drinking. And he's like looking around.
Wait, he's looking around?
Yeah, he's looking around. He's like looking at stuff.
Is it like in a suspicious way, or
Make an
is he?
insight roll.
Yeah, baby. What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get?
I got a 6.
You can't really tell. You don't know Dragonborn mannerisms that well.
Yeah.
So you don't know if that's just his face or if it's not. But at about this point, you turn and see as Helena is hoisting this giant pumpkin onto a stand, and the crowd's going crazy. And so that sound's kind of drowning out the last bit of the ringing.
Come on, man. Is there any place where I can get like a good view of the entire like festival going on? Like
You would need to get on top of one of the buildings if you wanted to really attempt that. But in order to do so, you probably have a good idea that if it's illegal to be inside, that it's probably not going to be seen well to be out of the festival and like up and out of the way. It might be viewed as like an attempt to hide from it. So you could try. I won't stop you, but just bear in mind that you might have some skill checks and you might have to think about keeping yourself hidden in that effort.
I'm not going inside it. I'm just trying to get like a bird's eye view. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
I want to find some place where there's quite a bit of cover, but like it's higher up. So I just kind of want a good view of like the whole festival where I can see everything.
Okay. So, how are you going to try to get on top of one of these buildings?
I'm gonna cast flight.
You're going to cast flight on yourself. Okay. Where are you going to do that? You're going to do that just where you're at?
Is there any type of like alleyway or something?
Make a perception roll.
16.
16. Since it's a town, the little like byways between houses are a little wider and not as like easy to hide within, especially because they're not like packed with things like maybe a more city-based, like urban style of city layout would be. You do see a couple houses that you think that you can hide behind. You just don't know if there's any guards patrolling around these areas. So it's hard to tell if it's really a good area, but it's the best place that you could think of. And it's a bit off the way of the courtyard. You'll just have to squeeze through some of the stands. But you can get back there if you wanted and then see if there's any guards and kind of go from there.
So even if I get up there, I have to be careful. It could be fruitful. You never know until you do it. Okay. Yeah, I wanna go slip behind the alleyway, trying to go stealthily, and then attempt to fly up to the top of one of the buildings, and then I'll like lay prone.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth roll for me, please. And then I need to know everyone else's passive perception, because he's going to be contesting against your perceptions.
I got a 17.
Cool. So we just need the passive perceptions of everyone else.
12.
Yeah, 13.
Okay, so none of you guys have an idea of where Jude went, but he's gone. He kind of sauntered off somewhere. It doesn't give you a reason to be suspicious. You're just observant to the fact that he's not around, and you don't know where he went. But Jude, you go ahead and kind of split off from everyone when they have a moment, especially because Helena's getting this like standing ovation for her impressive pumpkin lifting skills. You use that brief moment to splinter off and kind of squeeze through some of the stands and kind of wiggle your way through before you can get behind one of the buildings. And when you're back there, you go ahead and just very quickly do a small incantation, this magical spell, before you kind of suffuse yourself with the enchantment to fly. With that, you go ahead and just very briefly, this small burst of levitation to send yourself onto the roof of one of the buildings, and then you lay prone at the top of it, at the peak, because they have slanted roofs, so you can kind of see around. Now that you're up here, you have a little bit better view of everything kind of around you. Is there anything specifically that you're going to try to look for?
I think I'm kind of fearful about if what's her name, Dima's mom?
Like if she's out and about?
No, we went into her house, and then underground there was that, like
Oh yeah, I know.
all that stuff. I'm kind of looking out for anything like suspicious like that.
Okay, make a perception roll for me, please. And I'm going to give you advantage because of your height and because of your specificity.
You lucky boy. Shoot. That's pretty good. It's alright.
17.
17. Okay. You look across the courtyard, and right away you see Lady Fiona Wachter. She's currently amidst conversation. She's got her some of her personal house bodyguards with her, and she's speaking with a man that you haven't seen before, but you assume, based on the fact that he's surrounded by some of the, just like the city, or not the city, the town of Valaki's guards, that it's probably the mayor, or the burgomaster, Vargas Vlakovic, and they're currently speaking. It appears to be a little bit of a contentious conversation. They don't really appear to be content with each other. They don't appear to be having a good time, and it seems like they're bickering over something, but not in a very like aggressive or hostile way, but in something that's a little noticeable. Like they're not having a nice conversation, and there's a gentleman that you can see kind of hovering in this area around Lady Wachter, and he kind of moves where he's at, but he doesn't get closer to her, so he's constantly shifting his position, but he's not really watching her. He's more so as he's watching things that are around her. And then that guy goes and walks his way down to directly where you saw that red dragonborn and begins to strike up a conversation with him. I need you to go and make another perception roll for me real quick.
I got another 17.
Another 17. You see as he tries to sneak a bag into, like a pouch, into the hands of the red dragonborn. The dragonborn takes it, kind of looks at it, and then puts it into a satchel that he has around his waist. It's kind of like a shoulder satchel that he has. He kind of opens it up and shoves it in there, and then kind of puts a hand on the bottom, the pommel of this giant hammer that he has. And kind of fiddles with that for a brief moment while he's still drinking. He gives a brief, curt nod, and then continues to pretend like he doesn't know who this guy is. And then the guy walks off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then does it look like the Dragonborn is like off to do like a certain task? Like he just got paid to do something?
That's a good question. You're not really sure because he's not moving. He's just sitting there. So you're not positive what just happened, but a transaction is definitely transpired of some sort. Whether it's like a hey, here, take this item, or hey, here's some money. You're not certain. You don't know what was in that pouch, but something just occurred with them. You can look over to where your party is, and you can see Dima, you see Helena, you see Romulus as well. They're all together, and they kind of, you can tell they don't know where you are, and they're starting to notice your absence because they're kind of looking around, but they all kind of do this little shrug, like, he's fine, like, it is what it is, he'll be okay. And you kind of keep looking across the rest of the courtyard to kind of see what's going on. The conversation between Lady Wachter and Vargas Vlakovic is still going on pretty heavy. It's starting to pick up a little bit in intensity, so they're not like screaming and shouting at each other, but they're very clear. Like you can see there's very direct emphasis, like they're pointing at each other, they're like making gestures as if they're like trying to mark points of their conversation out. So they're having a debate of something, like they're disagreeing heavy, and it's very observable. And even some people that are like kind of just around that area and are walking are doing like the whole like, oh, it's none of my business, and kind of like drinking and walking around it.
Is there any way I could message Dima to let him know about the Dragonborn?
You absolutely can, because you can see him, so you can catch a quick message.
I'll point at Dima, and I'll say, there's a Dragonborn who just got paid by one of the bodyguards for your mother. I would definitely keep an eye on him.
Do I recognize the Dragonborn at all?
You don't see one, so you don't recognize the idea of a red dragonborn. That idea is very unfamiliar to you. In fact, there's not like dragonborns are so not here.
Wait, but do you point it out to me, or do you just
But
tell
he's
me?
not by
Just-
you.
Oh.
Yeah,
What?
you hear this message in your head. He's telepathically speaking with you.
Yeah. No, so
So if you want, you can make a perception check and see if you can see this dragonborn.
Yeah.
The DC would be a little easier because he's marked out clearly that you're looking for a red dragonborn.
yeah.
So that would be a very unusual sight in this area. So it would be very easy to spot.
Nice. This perception is 15.
15. You do. So you see just kind of across the courtyard, there's a red skill dragonborn, who's currently drinking at like a bar stand. So they have these little, there's like food vendors and things like that. It's like a bar, bar vendor. And
That's
sort
the
of-
first time I've ever seen a Dragonborn.
Yes.
Then I'm going to proclaim. What the hell is that, my friend? And then I'm just gonna oogle at the new Dragonborn that I just saw.
Do you make your observation of him, like, are you trying to get subtle glances, or are you just staring at him?
No. No. I mean, I only want to say it loud enough for the party members to hear it, and I don't want to weirdly stare at it. I just want my party to be like, "Hey, stop staring at it." Not crazy dead giveaway. I mean, no, never mind. I'll just stop. I'll look at him and then I'll stop. But I am going to say, "What the hell is that?" But the other thing too is are all of the other Barovians around? They're not freaked out by it.
People are kind of giving him a wide berth.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna turn back to Jude. And you say he just got paid? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I respond message. How many times can I respond? Cool. Yeah, so I respond message.
And what'd you say?
I don't even remember now. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know. Never mind, dude. Oh, yeah, no, I know. I said, and you said he just got paid?
By a bodyguard for your mother. It looked like the bodyguard was trying to get him to complete some sort of task. I don't know for sure, but I would definitely keep an eye on it. That's my...
Can I try to look for a bodyguard if there's one still present real quick?
Yeah.
Not good. 10.
10. You do succeed on this, but the only reason why is because your familiarity with this particular servant of your family. It's not a difficult person to spot out for you, but you see Ernst Larnack prowling about.
Oh, come on.
And you have reason to believe that was probably the guy. If anyone was going to be doing a clandestine transaction, it's that guy. So you're like, oh, that's who he's talking about. Got it. So your mother's up to no good. You have no doubt about that. What's about to happen, you've no clue.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Jude. And I'm gonna say, oh, shh. Yeah. The bodyguard is someone I'm very familiar with. So,
Is this a private conversation you two are having, or are we here as well?
oh, sorry, yeah, it's message again. But
You
I
guys
want to
can
get
tell that it looks as if he's getting a message. So the process that he has to do is similar. So you two observing how Jude's operated, you have an idea. Okay, Jude's talking to him, but you're not privy to what's being done, what's being said or what's happening right now. So
Okay.
you can chime in at any time. You can feel free to step in if you want and talk.
I'm gonna kind of step forward and lower my voice and what's going on here?
sorry, just real quick. How far away are you?
You don't know.
Okay, never mind. So I'm gonna. So apparently, there is a red dragonborn over there, and I'm gonna kind of motion to it. And
I'll glance over.
Okay, you see him.
okay, I've never seen it before, my friend. And he received a payment from somebody who I have a bit of history with, and I know for sure that when he is activated, that bad things are afoot. So we best move hastily, please. I think our best bet is to follow Larnak. He is the bodyguard who paid the Dragonborn. I'm not sure what was in the package. Maybe we send one person to go look, and the rest of us go up to Larnak, because Larnak is the far bigger threat, in my opinion.
Well, if Larnak's just the messenger, I think we should keep our eyes on the Dragonborn. If he's supposed to be the harbor, if he's going to be the one partaking in the act.
I mean, I won't deny I've never seen one of these so-called Dragonborn before. But my point still stands as somebody who knows Larnak and knows the things he's capable of. It's like I said. Maybe we split up. Maybe one person or two people go to talk to Dragonborn, and one or two people go to after.
You said you watched Larnak pay the Dragonborn.
Jude told me that the Dragonborn received package from Larnak. Yes. I know not what was in package. I know not.
Well, what if we try and take the package off of him?
I agree, but I would also like to not lose sight of Larnak while time is of the essence. While I say that to Romulus, I also want a message to Jude, because I'm the only one that can talk with them right now, right? Or unless they can't. I don't know. But I want to say to him, Jude, what do you think? Do you think we split up 2 people for Dragonborn, 2 people for Larnak, or do we all go to Dragonborn? What do we do?
I believe you should follow the Dragonborn and try and see if you can get that pouch off of it. And then have Romulus and Helena keep their eye on Lady Voknir and the bodyguard.
And you?
I have a really good bird's eye view from here.
Okay.
I want to keep my eye.
As long as the guards don't notice, we should be good.
Then I'm going to turn back to Helena and Romulus, and I'm going to say,
I'm not with you guys right now.
Oh, wait, where are you?
I'm still with the pumpkins and shit.
Oh,
I'm having a good old time.
Never mind.
She's nearby. She's just not directly in conversation with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go and grab her real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. You can walk
go and get.
She's just getting done hoisting her 3rd pumpkin onto one of these stands, and the crowd's going nuts. Like, honest to God, you see this hulking man of a farmhand bawling his eyes out because he's getting absolutely throttled, and by someone who doesn't live here. Like, that's really the big deal. Like, the biggest issue is it's like he's not the strongest person in town. Because people out of town are coming in and showing like how weak he is. It does not like it. That just makes him big boy sad. And he legit, you guys walk past him. He's like, "You go weak."
Very impressive. All right, move along. Go. And then once we get to an area that's like private enough that we can all talk, I'm gonna tell Romulus and Helena, and I'm gonna say, all right, guys, I've spoken with Jude. He's on the rooftop. He says that he prefers to stay there because he can keep an eye on all of us. He says that you two go and follow Lady Fiona. Keep eye on her. See where she goes, what she does. Don't get too close. Don't get seen. Just stay visible. I'm sure Jude will communicate with you. And then I will go after that Dragonborn. Try to get whatever that package is. And then meet back up with you guys. And then we go from there.
I've got, to be quite frank, I've got no interest in following your family around. The Dragonborn seems like the priority, so if you'd like to keep eyes on your mother or your servant, then that's fine, but I'd like to stay on watch with the Dragonborn.
Do I know where this Dragonborn is? Have you guys pointed him out?
Yeah, they can point him out for you. It's no problem.
Yeah,
He's big.
point
He's
him
big.
out.
He's,
Point him out.
he's tall.
Point.
And he's still drinking. He's on his like third mug, just drinking. He's just standing there with his hammer on the ground, just drinking.
I have an idea. What if I do a drinking contest with said Dragonborn, and then someone can swipe his bag?
I can try.
It could work.
Because I feel like following your mother. I mean, I wear a ton of armor, so I don't think that's really the smartest decision for me to just follow your mother. I'm not really the sneaky type.
Okay, idea. What if you two go for Dragonborn and I go follow my mom? And then when you guys are done with Dragonborn and getting package, then you come meet up with me, or you meet up with Jude, whatever. But that way Jude can help me, and he can help you guys in case I need to come back for you or whatever. We'll see what happens. But I have confidence you two can get that package.
Sure, I will not stop you from chasing after your family. I have no problem with that. I'm just not going to do it myself.
Me too.
I'm very worried about what Larnak is capable of and what my mother may be using him for this day.
Okay.
Well, hurry. You wouldn't want to lose them.
Well, I did not say that. I just said I don't know what they're up to. So let's see. With that, I bid you farewell. Good luck. And then I'm going to take off.
So you're going after your family, and then they're going after the Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need, we're gonna do a initiative roll between, Dima, Jude, and then we'll do, who's the higher initiative of the two, Romulus or?
Romulus probably does.
Romulus? What's your initiative?
I have a 14 dex,
You said a plus
so yeah.
Okay, so Romulus, you'll be rolling for you and, Helena.
We've never seen this Dragonborn, right?
No, no, not at all.
Ethan, light armor is plus what to my AC?
Leather armor should be 11 plus your dexterity.
Okay.
Plus proficiency, right?
No.
Oh. You mean I've been doing armor wrong this whole time?
Dude, Nick's been cheating his AC the whole time, dude.
He's just been playing too many barbarians, so he thinks you add multiple numbers like they do.
Oh, I'm messing around. I got a 17.
17, okay. Jude?
7. 5. Ooh.
You got a 5, okay. Romulus?
A 6, baby.
Okay. So Dima, we're gonna start with you. You go ahead and split off from the group, and you're heading over to where your mother's currently at.
Yeah, but hiding, hiding,
Okay,
stealth.
yeah, make a stealth roll as you're kind of meandering amongst the crowd, hiding within small clumps of people, and utilizing some of the stands and posts to kind of keep yourself out of sight.
You take your expertise and stuff. I don't know. No, I think not. Oh,
It's a 16.
16. Yeah, so you start to kind of sneak your way around and kind of keep yourself quiet and slink around some of the people until where you're in the vicinity of where your mother is having a very intense conversation with Vargas Vlahovic, who you can tell by sight is the Burgomaster Vargas Vlahovic. And they're sitting down on a bench, and they're not looking at each other anymore, but they're looking out and around, and you can tell their conversation's not pleasant. And Volokovich is the first kind of voice you hear. You know, Lady Fiona, I could have your tongue out for that. That type of talk is not allowed on premises of my Festival of Blazing Sun. I would urgently caution you to watch your tone throughout the rest of this conversation. And your mother kind of crosses her legs for a moment and puts her hands on her knee and goes, oh Vargas, you fool. You take my tongue, and you know the whole town will have your throat out by the end of the night. You wouldn't be able to really survive much longer if I was silenced. So we're at a bit of a stalemate, are we not?
Can I incite my mother's claim? I'm so sorry to cut you off. I just want to know how true that is.
Sure, make an insight.
Because, like, do I reasonably believe that the town actually supports her that much?
You haven't been around in quite some time, so it's a difficult conversation. That's a difficult thing to know, so it's a good reason to insight.
Freaking darn it, man. I only got freaking 5, man.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. You've been gone from the town for a while.
Darn it.
And Vargas kind of looks down for a second and fiddles with a pendant that he has. Lady Fiona, but ever since your sweet husband had died and passed away, your entire demeanor has shifted. You've been cruel, rude, dismissive. And some have said that, as rumors love to talk, that your family has turned to dark secrets in your quest to bring back your loved one. And your mother responds, so we're listening to children's tales now, are we? What, we can think we can bring back the dead? Yes, my husband's long dead. All I have to remind myself of him are his sons, who remain to sully his name and his visage through their drunken foolery. So, you got me there, Vargas. You've got me there. And he kind of chuckles a bit and goes, oh, Fiona, I mean no disrespect. But they do say some interesting things about your daughter, no? She's gone mad, like a rabid dog. More beast than girl. Yes, Vargas, I caution you on your next line of questioning. Your questions have posed quite a lot of men to lose their wits, if you would put it so mildly. And he thinks for a second and goes, I bet they have. You and your family have been a curse upon Baloki ever since you arrived here from Kretsk. I should have never let you stay and kicked you back to your abbey. But here we are, making the most of this town, no? So that the devil Strahd out there doesn't continue to ruin our lives with every passing day. She goes, yes, the devil this, the devil that. We have people who are on the streets who are homeless, who have nothing to eat. And we have people who die because of the cold conditions, and yet you do nothing because you're so concerned in your apathy about the appearance of looking as if we're good, not actually making
Does
sure
she really care about those kinds of people? Does she really care about people dying from cold and hunger?
That's a good question.
Can I insight that?
You may.
Oh, let's go. Hey, that one's better, baby. That one is a 16.
16. You're watching her use, like, it's easy. She doesn't care. Like, you can tell. You know your mother well. She has no concern for these people. But she has a concern for what they would do for her in terms of trying to claim power. They're an instrument. They're a means to an end. So caring about them isn't truly the benefit. It's, I could say that I care about them because it will benefit me if I do so. So, yeah, it's a more of a narcissistic explanation of it.
POS.
And he looks and goes, "Yes, homelessness is just one blessing to have, when your life is ever teetering on the edge of being lost. So, why don't you go scurry back into whatever hole your family crawled out of and continue to bore me less and less. Enjoy the festival. It is a crime not to. Let me not catch you inside your house, Lady Voctor." And she slowly gets up and goes, "And let me not catch you outside of yours. Goodbye, Vargas. It's a pleasure, as always." And she kind of walks off. And he kind of fiddles with that pendant again. Oh, Nicholas. Your wife. Your poor wife. Oh, well, we got the day to get through. And he kind of gets up and... guards! And he starts meandering off. And that's kind of concluding everything you see happening. And you can see Lady Wachter walks off and engages in a conversation with Ernst. And it's kind of like a walk and talk kind of conversation. They're going over to a carriage. Where they're going to go, you're not really certain, but probably to get out of the hubbub of the courtyard.
Darn it, man! I want to do something. But...
She starts to get into the carriage at this point, and she turns back, and Lornak is outside, and she gives him like a small tidbit of information. You can't hear it; it's too far away. But she looks up, and she looks up in your general direction just by happenstance. And for a brief moment, Dima, you look as if she's seeing you, but her attention like delays to talking back to Larnak, and he gives her a nod and kind of gives her like a little bit of a bow, and she steps into the carriage. Larnak closes the carriage for her, and then tells the coachman, you can go ahead and ride off, and the carriage departs. Larnak then immediately kind of picks himself up, kind of tightens up his doublet a little bit, shimmies, and with this now like more noble posture, he then begins to walk off into a group of people.
I want to follow Larnak.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
Oh, baby.
This is a contested stealth roll, by the way.
This is kind of exciting, man. Dang. 17.
17. Alright, let me roll for Larnak real quick.
Don't fail, Nick, bro. Don't fail, dude. We believe in you.
Yep.
Maybe, dude. It's all up to the dice.
You follow him, and he squeezes through a couple people, so you follow those people. He moves kind of around a couple carts, so you move around those carts. You get the impression that he's not seeing you, so you feel confident that he doesn't know that you're trailing him. And he doesn't give off the impression like he's careful about where he's going, like that he cares and is important enough to like check to see if anyone's trailing him. And he kind of moves over to a door. He opens that door. He walks into this building. You kind of walk around that building, and you walk up to the window to see where he's at. But
No. He walked into a building?
Yeah, he walks into a building. He opens the door, walks into a building. So you walk up to the window that's right by that door, and you estimate that there was not enough time for this guy to... It's a one-story building, that to like hide inside of this building, that he should be openly visible from the front set of windows, and yet he is not to be seen. The minute you look through these windows, you have no idea where he's at. And it throws you off, but you don't want to look suspicious, so you're like, fuck, okay.
I wanna stumble to the front door. Man, I got a hunch, man, but I don't... Is this building, can I go to like the side of this building, or is this like a shop in a line of other shops?
It's like a home. It's like a residence. It's like a one-story residence.
Oh, it's a residence?
Yeah.
It's because he turned into a bat, Nick, bro. He flew away.
No. I bet he's on the other side of the door, dude. Never mind that. I'm just gonna retreat. Can I retreat into the crowd and try and find a good spot to sit and wait and watch, but that would be somewhat like as obscured as I could be by the crowd?
Yeah.
Or by things?
Yeah. You go ahead and peel off, having lost trace of Larnak.
Can I still message with Jude right now?
No, he needs to initiate a new message with you now. So you have to wait. So, with that being said, we now move over to Romulus and Helena, who's going to roll the 6. So you guys begin to walk your way over to this Red Dragonborn, who's currently on his 3rd mug, drinking something. And he's not really paying you any attention. He's looking out and around and kind of looking at things and kind of drinking his drink spaciously. Setting it on this little stand and just kind of looking, and every now and then he'll just plop another coin onto the table, and the little bartender will go and swipe it and give him another mug. So now he's on his 4th, and he's just grabbed his 4th one and starts to drink it.
Okay. I'm gonna look at you, Omar, Helena, and I'm gonna say, I'm not quite confident in this plan, but if you want to distract him, I'm just going to change my face. I'm going to a minor illusion, a little buggy on his hand, before I just run up and snatch it and run.
I don't think a
That is
minor
my
bug
only
will.
plan. That is the only plan that I have here.
I don't think a bug will do anything. He's a dragonborn. I think
I
he'll
mean,
just slap it off.
He's pretty drunk. You don't think he'll have an overreaction, though?
I don't want to say he's drunk. He's probably
He's on his 4th or 5th mug.
We don't know how they work compared to us.
I'm gonna glance over at him. Does he look pretty inebriated?
No.
Yeah, I want to.
No.
Very stoic. Yeah.
Man.
He's like he's looking and very stern face. You also don't know like how what he's drinking. Like it could be ale. It could be you assume it's alcohol. Like it's a safe assumption, but yeah, you don't know how he's taking it. You don't know how strong it is. There's so many factors, but he looks good.
I can chat with him. I can pay for his next drink and just talk to him.
I haven't got any spells to help me out here.
Are you sneaky?
No, I mean, I'm not slow, but I'm not the most agile around the block, as the kids would say.
It's gonna be an issue for us.
I could speak Dragonborn with my spell tongues. I could enhance my ability
to
my stealth.
Yeah, you can give yourself Cat's Grace, which gives you advantage on a
That's a
dexterity check.
possibility, yeah.
All right, fine. I'll use enhance ability and I'll put my back end on the line because this bag is important.
So
now,
should I walk up to him first and then offer him a drink? So I can get him talking to distract him?
I'm not sure how to charm a man. You're better at this than I am, Helena.
Fine, let me go there first. Let me walk up to him first, offer him a drink, see where he's from, just kind of small talk. When we're talking, when we're in the middle of talking, maybe I can direct his vision towards the crowd, and you can just sneak up behind and just grab the pouch.
Sure. Ethan, I'm gonna look down at the ground, and I'm gonna kind of rub my face. And as I put my face up, Helena sees a wrinkly, scraggly old man's face with a long, pointed but slightly crooked nose.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah.
He's got not quite Doofenshmirtz chin, not the pointiest, but it comes out a little bit.
It's a little extension, little chin in there, just not massive. I got it.
And he's got a mole on his cheek.
I love it. Awesome. Yeah,
all right.
You look like a male witch.
I was just about to say that.
That's great. Yeah, so you go ahead and change shape, and then Helena, you walk up to this dragonborn. He's currently drinking.
Is there like a bartender or something like that, or is there someone near him that I can just
Yeah, there's someone.
I want to put a coin on the table for another drink. And I want to sit right next to him.
There's no chair, so you just gotta stand.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, your next drink's on me, friend. What's Dragonborn you doing out?
I don't know you. We're not friends. I've never met you before. We can be friends. I've just never met you before.
Sure, we can be friends.
Yeah, cool.
But what's a Dragonborn doing out here? Is really not much out here.
Trying to find work.
What kind of work?
Atonement.
For?
You always ask your friends on the first day about all their deepest, darkest secrets?
If it's a deep and dark secret, I won't pry. I won't pry. but you're seeking
Trying to-
atonement.
trying
But
to
for
save
that,
your
you
Get work.
okay? Interesting.
What about you?
You know, it's a little bit of this and that.
Yeah, see? That was what I was going to say. Now you
But
get
I'm
you
gonna
didn't
start.
say it.
I'm gonna start inching closer, just kind of like walking, just like trying to casually inch closer.
You know, you seem pretty strong. You should have competed in the pumpkin contest that I was in earlier.
No, I don't do strength-based like things like that. I'm a fighter. I do like gladiator pits and stuff. It's where I actually did a lot of it back in Waterdeep. It was great.
Waterdeep. You're definitely far from home.
Yeah, quite a bit.
But if you're a fighter, wouldn't you be strong anyways? Or are you saying that you're not strong enough to lift
I'm
a
stronger,
little
I'm
pumpkin?
stronger than anyone out here. Yeah, there's not a person
Are you
out here that's
are you
stronger
sure?
than
Are you sure about
me.
that?
Confident. And you look pretty tough yourself, lady.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How about this? I'll give you 5 gold if you can beat me in an arm wrestling match.
Well, I can, so, I mean, you might as well just give me your 5 gold.
I'd
It's a foolish
might as well
challenge.
try. Isn't
Yeah.
it to try?
Listen, I know my way around tough ladies, okay? Speak with my hammer if you want. But,
Mhm.
pretty confident I can take you. I mean, no problem.
Sure. Sure.
Dude,
Attack
No.
his manhood, Omar. Attack his manhood.
my God.
Best out of
Oh,
Best out
dude,
of
you
one,
don't.
that's all you
How
need.
did
Why are we
What?
doing best out of
Oh.
many? And
No,
just
you're
make it
right,
once
you're
and
right.
You're good.
you're right. We'll just do one. And I want to attempt to arm wrestle him.
All right, bring it on, lady.
I'm gonna pay attention, Ethan, for the moment where he looks as most focused as possible.
Yeah.
And when he is, I'm gonna run in there and snag the bag, and then just run to the closest alleyway and try and find an exit.
Okay, go and make a sleight of hand at advantage.
Okay.
And I want to beat this fucker in an arm wrestling
Yeah, go
contest.
and make a contested athletics roll.
So it's mine. Me.
25.
Okay.
And
So-
18.
18. Okay. So you guys put your hands on this stool. Like one of the guys, someone brings out a stool. Someone hears arm wrestling, dude, they just grab a stool. And so they bring it here and they're just like, I gotta see this. And they plop the stool down. And people are starting to like kind of gather up. So this Dragonborn puts his elbow on the stool and has his hand out so you can grasp it, and you do. And he goes ahead and he rubs the pommel of his hammer a bit and goes, "Wish me luck, babe." And then he goes ahead and grabs onto your hand, and you grab onto your hand, and he kind of squeezes his side in like this to like brace. And he goes, "I'll let you count it down on you." And so you count it down. And when you say go, his entire arm locks up, and it's like a titanium plate. And you are throwing every ounce of strength into it, and you're throwing a lot of strength. It buckles like a couple inches, but he looks completely unfazed, and then his face gets angry, and he gets really mad.
He's fucking raging.
And the angrier he gets, the more his hand just starts to creep over, before he just boom and slams it against the side of the stool quickly, and then puts it back up and gives you a pat on the shoulder and says, "See, lady, I told you, I'm the strongest one here." And he
Well,
goes
you
and
were.
takes your 5 gold from you, and he goes, "It was a pleasure getting business from you.
Pleasure. There's always someone stronger.
Always, there's always a bigger fish."
But do I see that Romulus has doing what he was doing?
Yeah, he grabbed that bag and
Okay.
ran off.
Yo.
I didn't catch your name, Dragonborn.
That's because I didn't say it. You never asked. Did your hearing not work? That's weird. Ragnar.
Helena. Pleasure.
Wait, we just robbed Ragnar? Yo.
And then I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna meet up with Romulus.
Okay. And as you're running away, he goes, "You see that, Janet? Janice, I totally beat her. It was great. Yeah. I would never beat you. That'd be rude. That'd be really rude." And he goes, "Bartender, another drink. I got 5 gold now. Keep them coming. We're until that money goes away. Those drinks are here to stay. Got it?" And guy's like, "Yeah." Keep sliding them in.
lovers for him?
I'm gonna switch my face back, and I'm gonna peek inside the bag.
Yeah. and it is a small bag of platinum pieces and a note.
Ooh, yeah,
And
read that
what?
note.
A note.
Okay, I'm gonna put the platinum pieces in my own bag.
Okay, it's 50 platinum.
Fuck. Yeah, we just
And-
robbed around.
And then I'm going. Okay, sorry. I need to figure out where I should put this platinum.
Note.
And then I'm going to take the note and I'm gonna ditch the bag and I'm gonna just throw it in like a trash or garbage or something close that like I'll just throw it in the ground, to be honest.
So you're just gonna grab it and throw it? You're not gonna open it up?
No,
Oh,
he
I
took
thought I did
everything
open
out.
it.
Oh, so yeah, so if you open it up, you find out that it's not like a handwritten note, it's actually a drawing. And it's of a person, and you're confident that that person is Dima. It doesn't have any words on it. It just has his face.
Like a wanted poster?
Well, not really, because it doesn't have any words on it, but it's basically like it gives you the impression, Romulus, this is like a target. Like, here's money, here's what it looks like. Here's all you need to know. This is it.
Do you show me that picture?
Right. Man, let's go. Yo, this could be the first time a PC has ever killed.
Bro, and he definitely opened that. Did the letter look opened?
No.
Wait, did it look opened?
No, so he didn't even know.
Nope.
He doesn't even know who his toes
We
are.
just saved your ass, bro.
Yeah,
You wanted to go fucking follow your mom's head ass, dude, and we just saved you from fucking... Sorry, I'm getting a little excited. Anyway,
Man,
okay.
it's worth getting excited for.
Well,
Hey, we need to warn the rest of them, especially Dima, that this Dragonborn's... Well, should we even worry? I mean, he didn't... Does it look like he opened that note before?
I don't think he opened it. I mean, I guess Dragonborn aren't the smartest. I'm not sure.
I mean, he
But-
was talking to his hammer like a weirdo.
Yeah, is that who Janice was? I wasn't sure.
He called his hammer babe. It was very weird.
Well, that's interesting. Well, alright, well, I'm going to rip this note up, I'm going to toss this bag down this alley, and I'm going to get rid of this, and, we should go tell everyone else.
Well, I don't know where Jude is. I mean, what did Dima run up to?
Dude, you're like watching this from the rooftops.
It's just me.
Um,
Is
Dima's
there-
somewhere in
what-
the courtyard, you imagine.
Should we rip it up or should we burn it? Is there fires everywhere?
I worry a fire would cause
there's-
too much of a
There are a
scene.
lot of fire wickers, but they're not lit yet, because it's not
Oh, then
that late in the
you're
night.
then, yeah.
So, like, you could hold on to it for a minute and then burn it, or just rip it up and leave it.
Here, rip it up, but as we're walking, just throw it piece by piece down
Ooh,
Oh.
so that people can really trace it.
okay.
But while I'm doing, actually, I'm not gonna do that, because that's like leaving breadcrumbs.
Okay. I mean, do what you want. I just don't want to get caught.
Literally, it's a paper trail, literally.
Yeah. Oh,
But, I win. Where's my inspiration?
Not a
I'm just gonna... I'm gonna rip the paper up, Ethan.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna swallow it.
Okay. I respect the hustle.
No one's fucking mending this piece of the goddamn paper back
It's-
together.
Yeah, it's unorthodox.
No.
It's unorthodox, don't get me wrong, but I respect it. I'm here for it. So,
I just
Paulina,
found a
you
fucking...
watch him rip this up and in chunks throw it into his mouth like popcorn, salivate to get it wet, and then swallowing small wads of paper.
was that tasty?
No,
No.
but it was necessary.
Give yourself a point of inspiration on that one.
I mean, we might as well just wait for everyone else then. Wherever Jude is, he's lurking somewhere. And Dima's sneaking off somewhere.
I'm gonna pack this bag into my bag. The bag that I stole into my own bag. Now that it's empty. And also, maybe we should go try and find Dima. Let him know what's going on.
Did Dima, or Nick, did you ever give us like a different name besides your actual name?
No, it's just Dima.
Damn. Okay. Let's look for Dima.
Agreed.
So you guys go to look for Dima and Jude. Up on top of that rooftop, it's nice and cozy. It's really comfy.
Oh no, dude!
You watch Helena. You watch Helena struggle against this Dragonborn in an arm wrestling competition. The Dragonborn gives the appearance as if he talks to his weapon, which is really weird. But you see, it's a very quaint quirk of this Dragonborn. But nonetheless, he's strong. Surprisingly, incredibly strong. And as everyone's talking amongst themselves, you kind of look around and start to notice that the air gets a little stale and then starts to get rapidly colder. And so you turn around, and standing on the roof with you
On the boss fight
is an incredibly well-dressed Barovian noble who gets onto his knees and crouches on the building top with you. And you can see Strahd Bonzarovich kind of getting in this like perched position similar to you, right next to you. And he sits right next to you, looking amongst the entire crowd, and he goes, Jude, it is such a pleasure to see you up here. Do you frequent this place quite often?
That's so funny, dude.
It's small talk. Come on, Jude. You gotta give me something. We gotta be able to have a good time. It's a festival. Jude. And he kind of smacks the straw of the roof. He goes, Jude, it's a festival. Come on, I need festivities from you. We're here to forget about me. So don't worry. That's what this festival's here for. It's to basically give the big middle finger to me and say, you're not scary, right? Don't let me scare you.
I'm just not a very festive person.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, it's depressing. Life is so much more rich. That being said, you are persistent. You're incredibly persistent. I'm not positive I've been enjoying it, and yet you continue to show me that you do not quit. It's a quality I admire deeply. And he puts a hand on his chest. Deeply. From one man to another. I respect it. But from the lord of this land, you are going to be, well, you and all of your little friends down there are going to be a problem. And I'm not sure I enjoy that.
What? Come on, man. Don't be so hard.
The biggest frustration is that you're an obstacle. You are a means preventing me from getting to an end. Your sweet little friend, and he points down to Helena, she's walking away. Your sweet little friend is to be betrothed to me. She will be mine forever. Of that there is no doubt. But it is people like you who get in the way of that. Now where's my festivity? Where's my festival of the blazing sun, over the perpetuity of my own marriage? You are a cloud that dampens that ray of sunshine in my life. I'm not sure I enjoy that.
What are you thinking?
The town of Lucky. You settled in nicely. You're a really talkative person.
Say something.
No, this place is wonderful, Strahd. I absolutely love it here.
I'm not going to rip your throat out if you're honest with me. You get that gift. Come on, spill your guts. Sorry. Do you want me to? Do I have to rip your heart out? Oh, was that too soon? My bad. That poor church boy, right? I don't know. He tasted great. It was awesome. So does the town suck?
You gotta say something, man. You gotta say something, man. Fighting. Better just say I'm shaking in fear. Jude's a little baby, dude.
Well, Strahd, you are a relatively intelligent man. who may resort to violence more often than one should. But
Oh, I do love violence, yes.
is there any possible way maybe you could get me and my party off of this forsaken Barovia in which you call home?
Actually, that could be arranged, but it would be a small sacrifice to you. I would be more than willing to allow you and
Don't
people
say it.
to leave these lands, but it would require
No.
you leave behind her. And he points at Helena. She stays, and you may leave. In fact, I'll even give you visitation rights, and I'll teach you how to come back as you please.
What is this, joint custody?
I got a job. I got a stable job. I got an apartment. You can come visit.
Helena's the new Persephone, dude. Fucking
That's a
good trail.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
What do we do for now?
It'd be hard to give that.
This would be, no, we should have to find the Bastani.
We actually
But we can link up with them on the way out.
studying with them.
Be like, yo, we need a number to call when we come back with the cavalry boys.
I'm taking the silence as we don't really have
Can
a
we-
deal there, but you're going to be a little bit of a problem.
Can we time out for a moment and just talk as a party? Like the benefits, doing it for now, and then coming back with a whole army to save Helena. Like how cool that would be, dude. You know, we could march on Strahd's castle with like a united front. It would be hilarious.
Yeah, and when we come rescue Helena, she's pregnant with a fucking vampire baby.
Ew.
No,
Damn.
I don't know that.
Yeah, vampires can't get other people pregnant.
Yeah, you have to bite them or something.
I don't know, why don't you ask Strahd? You're right next to him.
I'm not gonna ask him if he can get people pregnant.
All right, that's it. That's
Yeah, you should ask him what he's gonna name his kids.
Go back to talking. Say something. Say something. Any day.
Strahd, you know me as a person. I can't give up any of my party members.
Yes, the nobility of all of your kind. Those
My-
ones like you. Mortals. The living. There was a time not too long ago, in my passage of time, where I was very much just like you. I had grand dreams. I wanted to make Barovia a better place. I wanted to love. I wanted to seek glory, fame, but do it with honor. And one night I had my entire world ripped from me, and I vowed never again. Never again. Now I am a lot of things. A despot, a tyrant, a devil, a monster. But what I'm not, at the heart of my being, is I'm not truly a liar. A manipulator, sure. But a liar, no. Tonight will mark the beginning for you, and you will see just how cruel this land can be. And you will have to decide for yourself if it's worth saving or not. But and he kind of passed your shoulder. I'll let you figure that one out. And again, right over there. And he points to his castle. So if you ever want to change your mind, that's where I'll be. And he goes ahead and reaches into his jacket pocket and hands you a sealed scroll with a stamp on it, a wax sealed stamp. That seems to be his sigil. Gives that to you. This is a formal invitation to my castle. If you change your mind, bring that. Give it to my guards. And we'll understand. look down at the scroll, and you look down at the scroll for just a moment and look back up, and he's gone. Something that you didn't fully catch in the midst of that is that time for you, Jude, seemed to have just drastically changed. And it is no longer the midday. The surrounding area is a lot... Barovia is naturally dark. Not a whole lot of sunlight. It is a lot darker than it was when you first saw Strahd. And now all of the torches that were previously unlit are now fully lit. And there's light everywhere.
Ooh.
The Festival of the Blazing Sun is in full array now. For everyone else, you guys reconvened and kind of shared tidbits of information about what it was that you just did, about how you got the bag, got the money, you got the little picture of Demon, you're like, oh shit, they're trying to kill him, ripped it up, ate it. How he was talking about how, like, yeah, Mom and Vargas are having some, like, political conversations, like, totally trash-talking each other, but, like, threatening, and it's, like, crazy. And then hours go by, and you just don't know where Jude is. Jude just doesn't show up. And he's just seemingly missing. And so you're kind of meandering about the festival and, like, trying to find him and figure out if anything went wrong. And, it's a small town, so you don't have to, like, you don't have to do a bunch. You don't have to, like, go commando to hunt this dude down. You just can't find him. Until, Jude, you're now down from this weird time shift, and you see your party wandering, looking for you.
Oh yeah. I'll slide down from my roof.
Okay, you slide down from the roof and make your way over to them.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just out of the corner, you see him kind of wade through some people and kind of like, and Jude, do you have like the appearance as if like you're a little bit shaken up, or as if like something just happened, or are you kind of cool, calmly collected?
I would have my hat would be pulled down further, and I'd be kind of looking down, like lost in thought.
Oh wow! So he looks lost in thought, but you see Jude.
As I see Jude walking towards us, I'm gonna start walking towards him and meet him halfway there.
Me too.
And once I get close, what's happened? Where have you been? We've been searching for you.
It's Strahd. I don't know if we can beat him, guys.
Don't discourage yourself.
I mean,
give you a pat on the shoulder.
I'm not sure we were ever certain that we could beat him, but I don't think we have much of a choice, right? It's either that or be here forever.
Nonsense, my friends. Do not forget about the prophecy we've all become part of. If we do each step and we fulfill it properly, we will find the power to defeat that demon lord. It's only a matter of time before he loses his false throne.
If we couldn't beat Strahd, why hasn't he taken us out already? Why does he fear us?
He's killed a million souls. Killing is boring to him now. Now he likes to play with his food before he ultimately finishes it off. Should he so?
Agree.
But when you have
with
that
us.
power, when you already know you could kill them, it's like why not have fun? And right now we are fun, but Strahd underestimates our power, our tenacity. And I'm going to put my hand on Jude's shoulder, and I'm going to say, our willpower to succeed, and to get you guys home and to free my homeland.
But what happened? You never
about this point,
explained.
your conversation is cut off, and you hear this. And there's this horn being blared, and that's trying to get everyone's attention. You guys turn your attention towards this massive stand that's in the center of the courtyard, and there's this giant wooden wicker sun that is standing there, and it's unlit at the current moment. And a man, Ernst Larnack, walks up to the podium and goes, "Ladies, gentlemen, we appreciate funding for tonight's festival of the Blazing Sun at the hands or the purse of Lady Fiona Wachter. And everyone. As such, she has a speech to give. So I introduce to the stage my mistress, ladies. Lady Fiona Wachter. Everyone, woo! Lady Fiona Wachter walks up. She's in a different dress than she was in earlier, and this dress is now a kind of like a black and red velvet appeared dress that has like metallic inlays across it. That's in like this like platinum. It's a very, very beautiful dress.
Can I?
Ethan, before she starts her speech, can I establish my psychic whispers between me and all the other party members?
Sure.
Can I cast?
People?
Yeah, I can use it to the amount of people up to my proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
And then let me roll. I need to roll my energy die real quick, and it lasts for 1 hour.
Okay.
And it's up to 1 mile range as well.
Can I cast Minor Illusion and put a stain on her dress?
Do you want to cast that spell out just like out in the open?
Can I try and do it stealthily?
You may attempt to, but if you get caught, it's a big risk you're putting on yourself.
I know. I wouldn't try. Let's see what she has to say first.
Okay. Ethan, did I ever figure out what those 5 wax-sealed scrolls were that I stole from her house?
Nope, haven't touched them.
Can I, when we're out of here, can I check those out, or when I have some free time?
Yeah, when you have some time, we'll start looking through them.
Okay.
Lady Wachter walks up to the front, and there's not like a podium, but she holds herself in a very high countenance, and a couple of her house guard are behind her, and so she stands there and she looks out amongst the crowd, and people are clapping because there's still this like applause because one, she's arriving, but two, like she funded the festival, so you know it's a big like thank you. And when the applause kind of settles down, she kind of looks amongst the people. Ladies and gentlemen of Valoki, it has been such an honor to fund out of the treasury of the Wachter House this year's Festival of the Blazing Sun. Every year that we do a festival, the honor of the commencement ceremony is handed to those who fund it. An honor that our Burgomaster, Vargas Vlakovic, has bestowed upon those who are willing to contribute to the benefit and well-being of you. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Vargas Vlakovic, for too long, our town has suffered under the oppressive rule of that rat. And when she says that, you can hear a couple people in the crowd like, "Yeah, rat!" and like making these like agreeing sounds with her. He claims to be a leader but acts like a tyrant. Today, we stand witness to yet another example of his cruel and arbitrary power. He would have us believe that this, and she puts her hand up to this wooden sun, that this wooden symbol of a sun represents hope and light. But what does it truly symbolize? It represents the false promises and empty platitudes that Vargas has used to deceive us all. And you can see somebody like, yeah, it's nothing. Some guy, it's shit. And now, as the rain falls upon us, and it's beginning to rain, we see the truth that he would rather keep hidden. That this so-called sunlight cannot protect us from the storms of life. And yet, when a man laughs at his foolishness, and she points to the stockades where that family is still strung up, by the way. When a man laughs at this foolishness, Vargas responds with nothing but anger and violence. And they're like, yeah, free us, please. He orders the arrest of this man without trial nor reason. simply because he dared to express a different opinion. Is this the behavior of a just and fair leader? No, he's a tyrant. Some guy, he's shit, Vargas, he's shit. No, it is the behavior of a petty and insecure madman. Now the town guards are tense, and people are getting ready to approach the stage. And as they approach, you see a red dragonborn walk up with this maul now completely unslung, and stands in front of a contingent of guards that are about to walk up as if they're going to arrest her. And he stands there and he puts his hammer down completely on the ground, crosses his arms, and goes, "I will break every bone in your body if you move forward an inch."
I go for the stage.
He's like, "That's not a threat, that is a promise. Please don't make me do it. It will happen." Janice loves it. There's not a whole lot of room to run for the stage. The stage is one entrance and it is guarded. And she also has house guards up there as well. The crowd is starting to get animated. And now you start to notice that the carriage that had brought Lady Voctor, they're bringing a box off of it, a big box. And this big burly dude has it strapped across his back, and it's like slowly trudging up to the stage. But this is not, and she's still pointing to the stockade, this is not the worst of Vargas's crimes.
Uh-oh. I cast silence.
You attempt to cast silence?
Yeah.
Okay. You go ahead and cast the incantation for the spell. I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
It's gonna be crazy, man. What the heck is going on? This kid.
15.
15. Okay. You attempt to cast the spell, and as the incantation is released, it doesn't send out. And you look around to figure out like what just happened, and you see a man with his finger up like this. He's got long black hair. He's got these little these little glasses on. Very stern looking face at the moment. It's a little bit, I mean, you've seen Strahd, so you know what he looks like, but it's a different vibe to Strahd. It's a little bit more of this, like, small and secretive, noble look to him. And he sits there like this, and he goes, "This is where the fun begins. You might want to watch. The crowd's about to get bloodthirsty." And he goes and peels off, and kind of, like, loops around for just a moment, but he keeps his eye on you, and he just sits there and stares at you while you're kind of like, and
I hide in the crowd, and then I cast silence.
Yeah, I mean,
he has to have eye contact with me in order to cast counterspell, doesn't he?
He will follow you. He's got your smell. He will hunt you down.
How is he gonna find me in the crowd?
He's gonna sniff you. He's gonna sniff you out. He's got your smell. Okay.
All right.
You all look back up to the stage and see Lady Voctor. As this box is being brought, it slams onto the stage, and she goes, "He has killed many of our friends, family members, and imprisoned even more. His own son, Victor, is a monster, an evil mage, a murderer who has brought madness and death to this town, including my own daughter." And at the snap of a finger, this man puts a crowbar to the box, opens it, and throws it forward. And a girl chained by the throat to a chain link chain is thrown out of the box, skittish, frightened, frothing in this weird, mad anxiety. And she's mumbling, "The kitty! Oh, the cat! Oh, the pair! Oh, there's so many of them! They smell all..." And she's just going nuts. And before she just starts screaming, the whole town's like, What have they done? Oh no!" And yet, Vargas, and this time she points to the Burgomaster's mansion, protects him, covers up his crimes, and allows him to continue his atrocities. How can we trust such a man to lead us? The whole crowd, "We can!" One guy in the back, He's shit! We need someone who will truly listen to the needs and concerns of the people, and who will work tirelessly to make Voloki a better place for all of us. Now I wish to be that person, and have wished to be that person to you all for some time. One who will listen and protect you. Long ago, I received a prophecy about outsiders who would bring sunlight to Vallaki. Never did I think for a moment that my own son would be standing amongst them. And she looks at you, Dima.
Oh no!
But they are here. They are here to bring sunlight to Vallaki. Here's the things about prophecies. Is they're not always meant to be. And they're not always destined to come to pass. And I'll be damned if I let the spirit of Vallaki and all of you hard-working Vallakians let your life and your sunlight be taken to you by foreigners. Like, yeah, woo! They all look at you and you're confused. The whole thing's on edge. You're not sure if they're going to pounce or what's about to happen. Those outsiders have come. They stand there. But I ask you, my fellow citizens, to disregard them. To stand together and turn against the true enemy. And points towards the Burgomaster's mansion. Against Vargas Vlahovic. Take it upon yourselves to punish him for his crimes against our town, because we can no longer tolerate his oppression and corruption. It is time for a new day. She puts a hand out and they put a lit torch into her hand. It is time for a new dawn in Vallaki of hope, of freedom, and she takes it and lights the sun, and a day of peace. And when that happens, the crowd goes into a frenzy. It is a bloodthirsty frenzy that you couldn't imagine a raving group of pissed off and disenfranchised and let down people could get to. But they do. They absolutely overtake the nearby guards. They kill them, battering their heads in with what they can. A few die, as is expected, and they take the weapons, and they take what they can. They grab their farming tools, and they march on the Burgomaster's mansion. They are completely disregarding you, but it is going to get bloody, and you know heads are going to roll. And you know people are going to die. You can see already they're fastening a set of gallows in the center of this town where the blazing sun is, as if they're going to publicly execute this man. There's not a whole lot that you imagine you can do to get in the way of this. The entirety of Vallaki is about to be completely usurped by Lady Fiona Voctor, and because you know the type of person she is, you're confident that it's not for the better. But as far as you're concerned, the Festival of the Blazing Sun is as good as done.
But Ethan, because here's where my head is at: is can I get my sister right now? Can I get her? Because I was thinking, and I also want to get Ragnar. I have a strong suspicion Ragnar is the ally from our prophecy from earlier, but I don't know.
You can attempt to if you want to run up to your sister. There's two.
Oh.
Currently, there's two of the house guards with her, and then your mother.
Well, could I go to Ragnar first?
He is currently holding off a couple of the guards that are trying to fight through him in order to just flee and get out. And he told him, "You move closer, you're dead." And he breaks a kneecap, and you hear him he breaks a kneecap and goes, "Ha ha! Your knee's gone!" and then smacks the other one.
I just want to get close enough-ish that whenever he starts to register what's going on, that I can talk to him. I want to establish telepathic communication with him as well, and I don't think that he needs to be willing. I think I can just do it.
Yeah. Okay, so you walk up, and he sees you walk up, and he puts his hammer down, puts it in front of you, and goes, "Same rule for you, buddy. Not a step closer. This hammer is going through your skull."
Oh, if I can just talk, then I'll just talk then. Never mind. And I'm gonna... I've been informed about what Romulus and Helena learned about him, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna say, I know, my friend, that you are simply maybe muscle for hire, sword for hire, however you say it. And I also know that you received coin from my mother. I also know that you do not have that coin anymore.
What? No, you got it. Huh. Okay.
That looks really bad on you now.
No, I'm getting it.
I knew a person that was kind of like you.
once he says okay, once he goes I want to go Now I don't know who precisely stole the coin. I just know of people who know people who know people. You know how it is in Barovia. I know you haven't been here long, but you know you're an adventurer. I want to give you coin to help me get my sister back. And I want to. Can I point to the box? Is she visible?
Oh yeah, she's still raving mad.
Okay, yeah. I want to point at the box, and I want to say that lady feeling that she talk a big game, but she is my mother. She did that to my sister. And if you are any half-decent being, I know not why you're here in Barovia. You're not from here, but neither are the people I travel with. Tell us your story, we'll tell you ours, but help me get my sister back, please. And then I want to give him all the money that I have on me right now. Jeez. I don't know how much money I have on me, so however much you're willing to let me have.
He looks at all the gold that you throw and is like kind of put out for him to see.
And then I want to telepathically fill the party in on what I have just told Ragnar so that they kind of are aware.
Can I talk back to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, but time
I'm
is
gonna
sensitive,
tell you.
'cause, like, things
I'm
are
gonna
happening.
tell you. I have another 100 gold. I don't know. Fuck.
And we have more gold and we have food.
I'm not seeking gold. I'm not seeking food. I seek one thing, and I seek atonement. It has been promised to me, and I will have it. You will not get in the way of my atonement.
Atonement for what, my friend? What could you have possibly done so wrong?
Turns and looks at the box, and you look at the stage, and they're trying to grab your sister to pick her up. You don't have the time to ask that question. Go save your sister. But next time I see you, we might have a problem.
No, you don't understand. We are trying to free this land from demon lord.
I didn't see you. You simply.
He told you to go
past.
save her.
I didn't see you. You simply slipped past while I was fighting all these guards. He goes, see that one over there? He's still twitching. Janice, and he picks up his hammer. His nervous system is not done yet, and he walks over and goes, bah! And he smacks it in the head. He goes, oh, I think it's dead. Good job, Janice. And you use that opportunity to completely run past him and get up to the stage where these two house guards.
Angry look.
These two house guards are attempting to grab your sister and force her back into this box, and she's kind of kicking and screaming and just like trying to fight them off.
Yeah, psychic blades.
Okay, you unsheath your psychic blades and run up to the house guards. How do you want to do it?
I want to throw them because I can throw them.
Okay.
So can I throw them running up? Can I literally just I want to throw one arm cross body and then the opposite arm cross body and kind of just have the blades thrown in like an X along the air.
Yeah, both at one target or
Wait, what?
How do you want to kill them? You walk me through it.
Oh, that's it. I want to throw the blades and then I want the blades to just kind of cleave into the very precisely the same spot, just opposite, because I imagine they're kind of on opposite sides, and just right into the sides of their necks and just take out their airways.
Okay, so you're running up onto the stairs, and as you're running up, you use the last step to vault yourself, and you jump and you unsling your psychic blades and grab onto them, and like an X, you just hurl them straight forward. And the momentum that they have as they're spinning, they sink into the soft, squishy part of the neck, right kind of by the collarbone, and they sink down to the hilt. And both guys kind of go, oh! And they grab onto it and they go, oh! Oh! And they drop down to the ground, bleeding profusely. And the blades then kind of come back to your hands, and you're able to put them back, and blood starts to spew out from the wounds. And as they're on the ground dying, you immediately rush over very gently to your sister, who's just kicking and screaming. And it's as if all the panic and all the pain and all the craziness and all the fear is gone the minute she sees you. And you hold her, and you hold your sister, and you can feel the tonal shift. And she just looks at you and goes, Dima. Dima safe.
I'm gonna respond. Don't you worry. We're gonna get you out of here. And then, hey, can I feasibly get the chain undone or cut it or something?
Yeah,
to it?
you begin to unfasten it. Go ahead and make a thieves tool check for me real quick to see how quickly you can get it done. You'll get it done. That's not the matter. Just see how quick. One.
A 21.
Okay, you're very quick on the padlock that's on the chain, and you're even able to get this collar off. And there's a collar that was attached to the same little padlock, and this collar is a unique metal, so you hold on to it. It's a dark black iron with these red sigils that are all across it. And the minute you take that off, to kind of free her completely, not thinking about anything about it, just you're trying to get your sister safe and get this off, you put the padlock down and put the collar down, and you start to see blood from her nose and from the inside of her right eye just drop. And as that happens, she looks at you, and her eye kind of closes on the one that's bleeding, and her face kind of like contorts and twists, and she goes, Dima. And then she begins to seize. Now, as she's seizing, you grab onto her and you hold her tight in an effort to like make sure that she doesn't flail around. There is this massive psychic surge that seems to be expelling from her as she begins to scream. You've heard tales of creatures that can produce a wail, a howl so powerful that it can repel, that it can damage. And it's as if that's happening. And her scream is amplifying pure force to the point where the wood around you begins to crack and the stage begins to shift. And you can see the smoldering sun begins to break. And a part of it looks as if it's going to fall. I need you to go to make a dexterity saving throw for me real quick.
Oh, no. Not good. 12.
12. You do your best to get out of the way of this giant flaming thing from dropping on you.
Wait, do I get advantage on that because I can see it, right?
You have disadvantage because you're holding your sister.
Ah, darn it. Okay.
So,
Can I cast enhance ability and give
not as
him
a
bull
reaction.
strength?
Yeah, not as a reaction. So, like, as he attempts to dodge out of it, if you have another type of spell that could potentially block the thing, I would be a little bit more willing to kind of bend around that. But, like, to quickly, like, enchant him, that would be a little difficult.
I ain't got nothing like that.
Okay, so it falls, and you throw your sister onto the ground so that she rolls across the ground but stays unharmed, and it slams you into the floor. And because it's made of just, like, bundles of sticks, it just breaks and like, the sticks go flying. But you do take a total of...
No, governor.
Crap. Hold on. I dropped my dice. I got it. You take a total of 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, Lord.
And 12 points of fire damage.
Oh, my gosh.
And you all see as this giant wicker slams onto Dima, he throws his sister onto the ground, who's still shaking and screaming. There's a couple villagers that are nearby who, again, they've just been incited as if this is a direct result of the Burgomaster. So they're like, oh, that villain, that monster, get him, get him! And her screeching is so powerful that their heads pop. And the bodies of the villagers that are nearby drop to the floor. Their heads exploded in a shower of blood.
Can I cast enhance ability now?
On who?
On Dima?
You could attempt to. You run up to him and he's covered in flaming sticks, and he's trying to get himself out of it. So I mean, you could run in and cast it real quick if you wanted to.
Hey, you might want to put those scrolls, dude.
I would like to cast. I can't. Now's not the time.
Maybe, dude.
He's awesome. My sister's bleeding on my eyes, dude. What the fuck?
I'm gonna cast Bull's Strength, which gives him advantage on strength checks, and his carrying capacity doubles.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
So he can carry his sister easier.
Okay. Does anyone help him get out?
I'll help
Yeah,
him.
no, I'm gonna go help.
Okay, Elena jumps right in with gauntleted hands and starts grabbing bundles of sticks and moving them off to the side and pulling you out. His whole back is burned from the fire, And you can see where it burns parts of his neck because of the fire damage and it slamming on him, where it burns parts of his neck and like some of the exposed arm. He's got several burns on him. And
I want to use lay on hands on him.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
So
I'll use all of it. It's 15.
15. So you give him 15 points of health. Lay on hands.
Cure wounds.
Well, I don't know if he needs that much. Because what, you only took, 14 points
12
of damage?
fire damage.
Wait, points of damage?
You took 17?
Identify on the collar.
What was that, Jude?
Oh, so.
Can I cast Identify on the collar?
You don't have the time.
What?
Can we grab the collar?
Yeah.
What are you looking, bro?
Things are happening very quickly, so it's like, you guys got to get out of here.
Alright, well, one of us will grab the... Katrina,
grab
do you
it.
want to grab
Grab
it?
it. Jude, you can grab it, you can identify it later, and I absolutely will let you.
Oh, isn't it around her neck?
No, it
No,
fell
it was
off.
taken off.
He took it off.
Oh yeah, I'll grab it.
Okay, you grab it.
And I can help. I can help Dima grab his sister.
Okay, so you pick up his sister, his younger sister, and hold her, and she's fully unconscious. She's now no longer seizing, no longer screeching. And so you're very fortunate for that, because there's probably about 10 or so people who don't have heads in the nearby area because of her screeching. It is completely, there's something to it that is unnatural, and it is completely
What the heck?
unearthly. And so you rush her over to kind of out from all of this stuff, the 5 of you now, and you run over. What are you guys trying to do?
I
Fucking
feel like we should just get somewhere safe.
higher.
Okay. The Blue Water Tavern Inn would probably be the best place and to be the least busy. And you already know that you have to leave with the Martikovs anyway, so you guys rush over to the Blue Tavern Inn, and when you get there, you can see that Ismark is like at the door, and he's got a sword drawn. And his sword is out, and Irina's in there too with a blade drawn as well. And they see you, and so they open the door and go, "Hurry, get in, quick, 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 quick!" And one of the Martikovs comes by with like a blanket to kind of grab, to help with Dima's sister, to grab her and put her on a table to make sure that she's okay. So they kind of help you. You hand her over. They put her on the table. They usher everyone in. They close the door. They lock it, and then they put a barricade back in place. And there's a couple people in this tavern. It's not just them. People that are scared of what's going on and don't want to be a part of it have boarded themselves up in here, and a couple of the guards that were lucky enough to make it out alive. Erwin Martikov kind of looks at you guys and goes, "Guys, I think it is time to head out. I think it is time to leave. It is going to be very dangerous for all of you, but I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not going to have the full time to show you to take you where I need to take you. So I'm going to give you the directions how to get there. I have a map of Borovia. I'm going to mark where you must go, and I've noted a couple notable areas for you as well. But we have a spare wagon that was donated by the Wachters. It is only befitting, Dima, that you take it, and you guys you take your people and you leave. I will have to stay, lest anything happen to me. I cannot risk it. I can't risk my family, my business. If I'm associated with any of you, it will give Lady Wachter more than enough reason to kill me, my family, and take my business. You need to go to the Wizard of Wines winery. You must tell Davian Martikov that you are there on my behalf. That I've sent you. Say Erwin Martikov sent us. He will treat you well. And you will find help from him because he hates that monster of a Strahd.
Thank you, Erwin. Better days are coming, my friend.
If your mom was not telling a lie, that there was a prophecy of you all bringing sunlight to Volaki, then I only blame her arrogance. And he spits on the ground for trying to ruin our hope. And he points to you, and there's an anger that's in his Dima. There's an anger in his look as he points to you. You go show that bitch what it means to ruin my hope.
I want to. Can I take his hand and give him the good old brotherly dab?
Yeah.
And then I want to say, off with her head eventually.
He puts a pendant in your hand, and it's a pendant of a crow.
Oh.
And he says, "You must give that to Davian. Davian will. You must tell him what happened, as it is the only reason to explain why I'm giving you this pendant. But he will know, and he will help you. He will be hesitant. He will treat you well. He'll be suspicious, but he will be kind. You show him this, there'll be no question. He will help." I'm sorry that everything turned out this way.
No, we are the ones who should be sorry.
At about this point, you start to hear the screaming of the crowd get louder, and you start to look out the windows for just a moment because it seems as if they brought the entire Volokovich family out into the center. Now there's this wicker on the ground, and they've cleared out some of the space, and they've brought up makeshift gallows, and they're just stringing them up. They're stringing up Vargas, his wife, and his 2 children. They're just stringing them up and hoisting them. And so you see their bodies flailing, and you see them trying to fight and resist, but you know it's effortless. That crowd wants blood. That crowd wants their death. And it's with the whole family death that they can eliminate all possibility of like, oh, right to ownership, we inherit the towns, or like divine right or like familial right. They got to kill them all, and it is so unfortunate, and it's tragic, but it's how this is going to turn out. And so you see them hoisting them up, and they're cheering and they're screaming and roaring, and you know that a dark day has just dawned on Vallaki. And you see at the top of a lone building, just a man standing there watching it all. Not looking at you guys, but you can tell, you have reason to believe that it's Strahd up there just watching it all happen. And with that, you guys gather your stuff, you gather everything from your rooms, you make your way to the wagons, and you leave while everyone is busy in the revelry of this night. You head out, and you hit the road. Dima, I'm going to be sending you a picture later today for that map, so that you guys have, I'll send it to all of you, so you guys all have the map, but I'll make sure you guys have that map of Barovia, so that you have the idea of like where the things are that he's marked down, and I'll kind of walk you through that. He specifically marked down the Wizard of Wine's winery so that you had access to get there and can kind of go as you go to other places and mark down where you've been and kind of keep track of your travels. So I'll mark that down. But in terms of where you're first heading, just so that I can make sure I have it marked correctly, it is spot W, which is west. Yep, it is west. So the pathway that he sent you is west on the Old Swallich Road, all the way until you reach the Raven River before you go southwest on a like a off-brand trail to get to this place.
Well, we'll make it.
Yeah. And with that being said, that is where we'll end off tonight's session.
With that being said,
all of you guys watching us, thank you for such a great night, for a night filled with terror and fear and pain. We hope you guys can join us next time, and we can't wait to see you. We hope to see you next week. So thank you guys. Have a great night. Stay safe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Next time.
Have a good night.